Hi, it's me again, but in a different form, you know? I'm bald now, yeah, and it was by choice. I thought of having a change of looks, you know? But enough of myself, we're here to talk about a new expired film that I just released. And I'm really excited for this because, you know, it's already my second film that I'm releasing this year, and I don't know, I really love it. I love the design, and I really love how this film looks, how the photos turned out. And by the end of this video you'll get an idea of how it performs, its characteristics, and what type of, photography you can do with it. I think it has a lot of character, and that really shows in every photograph. Let me just talk you through the whole process, show you how I made the design, how I made this film, the photos that came out of it, and, you know, some sort of photo blog, you might say. Vellokrom Altilux is an expired film that is not being produced anymore. It was created by the Fortepan factory in Hungary, whose production stopped in 2001. Now, all things considered, you're looking at a piece of history, a film which is not made anymore and whose characteristics cannot be replicated. Okay, so first things first, the design. I think I worked on this idea for about 3 months and I finally settled on this. After having the design made, the next step was finding a company that could print and manufacture the box I had in mind. After a few failed attempts, I eventually found someone who could do it right. After that, I hand-rolled the film and packed every individual box, and it was time for me to shoot the product photography for the shop and edit all of that work. And I'm really proud of the look. Everything looks coherent and catches the viewer's eye. And honestly, sometimes I think my photography looks a bit too professional for Etsy. Like, even myself, I might second guess clicking on my listing because it looks so clean. You might just think it's a sponsored ad or something. But what can I say? I'm too good at doing what I love. Also, I eventually made an animation as well for the film. I saw the Vellokrom 92, and whoever did that animation for them, big shout out. It looks sick. It really motivated me to try this idea as well, and I ended up with this animation. Okay folks, buckle up because I have a lot of shaky footage to share with you over the course of a few months until I actually got to edit this damn video. But at least we can see how the film performs in different lighting conditions and with different subjects. I did one shot which was correctly exposed, but this one which I like more was actually underexposed. We were hoping for some fog, but there wasn't any that day, so I only shot like a few photos. Here I actually climbed the tree trunk just for the fun of it. Then the next trip where I got to test the film was in Chukash Mountains, which I really love. This was my second time going on this hike, and I was already comfortable with the hike itself, so I could just focus, on the photography side of it more. You can see me here setting up my cameras, taking a few shots with my tripod, but I've also used the Altilux film, and I'll show you some examples taken from here. Some of them I haven't got to develop yet. Nonetheless, it was a fun hike. I wasn't necessarily doing it, for the photography side of it, but mostly for the fun of it. I went alone here because I know this area and I really wanted to re-photograph these tree trunks. I did take some amazing shots of them with the pictorial film, but I thought I should, take some more with the Altilux film. I had the Altilux film loaded in like 3 cameras, I believe. The Mercury Univex 2, my Longchamp camera, which is like a 127 format, and I think I also had it in my Ricoh TLS, which is my main camera. But actually, some of my favorite shots that I've taken with the Altilux film were made in Bucharest. I was around the Bucharest train station, and it was like golden hour, the sun was about to set, and there were a lot of workers just, going home at that hour. It was like almost rush hour. And I was in this station and just waiting for some people to cross my path so I can get the perfect shot. And I did get some great shots. Let's now talk a bit about scanning and how the film looks. I think the first few shots that I took indoors, and they were underexposed, like very underexposed, but there was an art fair and I got one photograph that I'm really happy with, and it turned out like great. It's one of the main shots that I used to showcase what the film can do for you. And it was this shot of a mannequin hand. It was kind of a low light situation, but the settings were just right, and you can see the mannequin hand illuminated by some neon lights that were placed around there, and the grain is just, I don't know, it's just perfect. I just love how this film, you know, kind of shows this vintage grain without being overpowering. You know, it has a lot of character that way. I'm also working on more films, but of course this will come out probably next year. For now, I think these two films have like very unique characteristics. They have very powerful individual looks that they can give you. Now that you've followed me through this entire journey of film manufacturing and film testing, I think you have a pretty good idea of this film's strong points and whether you see yourself shooting with it or not. Also, hit that subscribe button. Just do it. It's okay. Nobody knows. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you probably in like 3 months when I'll decide to do another video. See ya!